Shwmae bow, hello everyone. Today's video is about grammar. Yes, so not grandmother, no, but Welsh grammar. And I'm going to do my best to make this as clear as possible. I've already recorded this a couple of times already because it just didn't feel I was being clear enough on my explanations. Grammar's confusing. Even for me, I understand it, but trying to explain it. Oh, right. We're looking at soft mutations. There are 3 types of mutations in Welsh, and mutations are a pain in the for learners. They really are. They're a real pain. Because what happens is, a word will come up, and after that word, the following word will change its first letter. And that'll change the whole sound of the next word. And people will go, but when do I do this mutation? When do I do this? So, there are rules, thankfully. And there are 3 types of mutations, as I said. We're looking at soft mutation, which is the one that you'll see more often than others. And there are only 9 letters that mutate. If you see me looking down, I've got my notes there. Make sure I don't forget anything. There are only 9 letters that mutate. So the C, which becomes a G. You've got P, which, when it mutates, becomes a B. A T becomes a D. A G just drops off. A B becomes an F. A D becomes a double D. An RH becomes an R. An M becomes an F. And a double L becomes an L on its own. Now, a lot of Welsh learners will be going, yes, I can say the double L without saying the full sound, the llanelli. Oh, blimey, that's too much for me, a lot of Welsh learners will be saying. It's a hard one to learn, that sound. So to be able to say llanelli, yay. Oh, actually, you've still got one double L there. Yeah, well, can't help you with that one. You can't say llanelli, sorry. Although lots of people from Swansea do. Okay, so when do these words mutate? Well, the one that most people learn straight away in language classes is that after the word to in Welsh, which is the letter I, or as they say in Welsh, E dot, because it's got that little dot on top, E dot. So that's our main one that we get taught. So for example, dwi'n mynd I Gaerdydd. I'm going to Cardiff. Dwi'n mynd I Gaerdydd heddiw. I'm going to Cardiff today. Cardiff is Caerdydd, but that C becomes a G when it mutates after the word E. The word E dot. Dwi'n mynd I Gaerdydd. You could say to do it. So gwneud, the letter G drops off. I wneud e, to do it. I wneud e. Dimbych y pysgod is tembi. I ddimbych y pysgod. So there's our first rule, and that's the main one you'll learn. The letter I mutates, soft mutates everything that comes after it. Just for those nine words, or those 9 letters. Words that begin with those 9 letters. But you see, there are other times. Now, here's something that people find a bit weird. So we got the word the, and the word the can come in a few different forms. It can be the letter Y, which is YR, or if it's sort of, sometimes they come straight after a word. They sort of become part of the word. So hoffi'r would be like the. Hoffi and the. We don't say hoffi we say hoffi'r. It's an apostrophe R. So anytime we use the word the, sometimes there's a soft mutation and sometimes there isn't. And people will say, why is it, just an example, a key, the dog, no mutation. But the same letter, the word cath, which is cat, a gath. Hang on, a key, a gath. why is there a mutation? Well, here's why. In Welsh, like a lot of European languages, we have words that are masculine and words that are feminine. Some languages also have a third strand, which is neuter. Luckily, we don't have that. So, masculine words, no mutation after the in Welsh. Feminine words, a mutation. So, y-ci, great. But y-garth. Let's look for another one. Here we are. Cadair, chair. Chair is feminine. Y-gadair. Well, this is obviously going to be feminine. Merch, which is girl. Merch. Ferch. See? So it's just the feminine word. So any sentence you make, if the word the comes into it, it could be an a or apostrophe a or an r. That's a mutation. But only if that word begins with one of those trigger letters and it's a feminine word. One more example, dre. Dre. I'm not getting my double R's, my R sound in today. Dre. Which, tre is town, but dre. Dre. A lot of people see the sentence i'r dre and they think that the E is mutating the word town, tre. Of course it's not. It's the apostrophe R, the part, that's doing it. I'r dre, to the town. Right. Okay. So in Welsh, nearly all adjectives follow the noun. So we would say in English, a big ball. But in Welsh, ball big. Small car in English, but car small. Car bach. So it's always that way round. We say the noun first, followed by the adjective in Welsh. But there is one time when it follows the English form. And this is when we use words like hyn, which means old, prif, which means main, and hoff, which means favourite. Then, well, it goes like this. Hyn ddyn, old man. Hyn ddyn. But watch what I just did there. Dyn is man in Welsh, but after hyn, it mutates. Same with prif. Cymeriad is character, prif gymeriad. Hoff, bwyd is food, but after hoff, it's hoff fwyd. Hoff fwyd. Those three words that are in the more English order, that's when we have that soft mutation. So normally, if I said lorry mawr, lorry big, no mutation. But if I'm saying an old something, hen garth, an old cat. Hen garth, carth to garth. There we are. It also happens in numbers. Any feminine noun that comes after the number un, which is 1, or dwy, which is the feminine form of 2. Dau is male, dwy is feminine. Any noun that comes after the number mutates. So for example, problem is the same in English and Welsh. Problem means to have a problem, to have an issue. So un problem, one problem. We could do sandwich in Welsh is brechdan. Un frechdan, one sandwich. Same thing happens with masculine nouns, but only after the male or the masculine version of the number 2, which is dau. So, for example, let me just get my list here to make sure I don't forget anything. Right. So, for example, 2 boys. Bachgen is boys. Bachgen is boy, but when we do numbers, we always use the singular form, whether it's 1 boy, 2 boys, etc. So, dau fachgen, 2 boys. There we are, dogs. So ci is dog, dau gi, 2 dogs. Men. So man is dyn. Remember, we use the singular, whether it's 1 man or 12 men or 20 men, we always use the singular form with numbers. So it's dau ddyn. Dyn to ddyn. So I think we're going to leave it there today, because that's quite a lot to take in. There's loads more, but those are some of the main ones you'll see. And one of the reasons that we have mutations in Welsh is it's meant to make things flow together better when you say them. And you will find that. So, dau dyn, yeah, but dau ddyn, it's just got a nicer sound, an easier way of saying things. Dau gi, see, dau gi, dau ci, dau gi, it just sounds nice, it just flows nice. So that's one of the reasons we have that in Welsh. Sometimes it doesn't work as well, the flow, but most of the time it does help. Right, so I hope that's helped today. As I say, if you're still learning mutations and you don't always, when you're practicing saying Welsh to your friends, family, you don't always say them, don't worry, they'll still understand you. But it is nice to get these things right if we can. If you like what we're doing today, why not give us a big thumbs up? If you like what we're doing here and you want to see more, click subscribe. It's free. And if you want to see all the videos as they come out, click the little bell. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for all of your support. We're now over 12,000 subscribers. And that's down to you. Every time you click on a video, a like, or you put a comment out, that's telling YouTube that people are watching the videos. And then they will let more people know about them. It's a weird system, but it's how their computer system works. So thank you so much for all that you're doing. If you would like to support us, there are 2 ways you can do it. You can go through Patreon, or you can go through the Learn Welsh Podcast Club. It's learnwelshpodcastclub.co.uk or patreon.com/learnwelsh. Either way, you'll get loads of extra learning materials as a thank you to help you in your journey to learn the Welsh language. Well, I hope this video has been a little bit of help today. Any questions, please let me know in the comments below and I will try to answer them. And I'll see you soon. Hwyl!